Every story appears ordinary until you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is a story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Good evening and welcome to CoreTV Primetime News. I am Omotayo Alo. In our major stories tonight, scores of people fared dead following a bomb blast in Sete procession in Dakasoy village in Garun Malam local government area of Kano State. Also in this program, Commissioner of Police in Kano State, Mohammed Kassina, confirms the arrest of 2 suspects involved in the blast. National Orientation Agency has warned Nigerians against gathering at public shows organized by persons of questionable character or origin. And from outside Nigeria, France holds a solemn ceremony in honor of 130 people who died in November 13 Paris attacks claimed by the Islamic State of Iraq and the ISIL group. Thank you for joining us tonight. Now the news in full. Scores of people have fared dead following a bomb blast in Shete procession in Dakasoy village in Garun Malam local government area of Kano State. Commissioner of Police in Kano State has confirmed the arrest of 2 suspects involved in a telephone interview.
Just now, I've just been notified by my operative on the field along that area that 2 people are now helping us in our investigation. Okay. They are on their way to my office. I am here to receive them so that we'll be able to get their true identity, whether they are connected in any way with the incident of today. Well, the advice always is people should be security conscious, and by this I mean that you should always be very, very vigilant whenever it comes to a relationship with people who is. I think this says I think I expect them to know their members, and also I also expect that all of us should also be very, very careful. And this type of gathering, I always call on members of the public to always invite and notify security agencies. They may have upper hand always. The gathering was within the region of 10,000. Okay. And no security agent was among them. And you can see now what happened. Okay. If they had invited us, maybe this would have been taken care of.
Members of the Catholic community in Kakuri, Kaduna State say they won't allow the security situation in the northern Nigeria to affect their lifestyle. They also say they have refused to be intimidated by the collapse of the textile industry, which took a toll on the church. The parish priest of the St. Andrew's Church, Father Mike Bagayang, spoke in Kaduna at a news conference ahead of the 50th anniversary of the church. The National Orientation Agency has warned Nigerians against gatherings at public shows organized by persons of questionable character or origin. This is to say, could be the antics of insurgents keen in attracting unsuspecting crowd before detonating bombs. NOA Director General Mike Omiri issued the alert in Abuja. He urged local communities to be wary of undue generosity by suspicious characters who use generous acts to attract huge crowds before detonating explosives to destroy innocent lives and property. Omiri added that insurgents also fake over crowd, attracting acts like public fighting before wreaking havoc. The federal government has pleaded with media practitioners in the country to assist in getting the support among the citizenry on the war against terrorism. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, made the plea on Friday when he met representatives of media professionals in Abuja. It described terrorism as a major challenge facing the nation, but noted that effort to end the menace should not be left to the military alone. Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode has handed over a series of security equipment and vehicles to the State Police Command and the Rapid Response Squad, just as it charged them to ensure that the equipment are deployed effectively to tackle criminal activities, as residents will no longer accept excuses. The governor, who spoke at the official handing over of security equipment, 100 four-door saloon cars, 55 Ford Ranger pickups, 10 Toyota Land Cruiser pickups, 15 BMW power bikes, 100 power bikes, Isuzu trucks, 3 helicopters, 2 gunboats, 15 armored personnel carriers, uniforms and kits, improved insurance and vet benefit schemes for officers, putting the total cost of acquiring the equipment to 4.765 billion naira. It said with the new development, the Lagos State Police Command has been repositioned to compare to similar outfits in other modern cities, expressing optimism that the equipment will go a long way to aid security agencies respond faster to crime. He also urged residents to play their part by volunteering useful information on suspected criminals and activities that might lead to the breach of security in the communities. Ogun State Police Command has reacted to the false and unfounded story in a Nigerian newspaper and on social media that the affected police corporal Godwin Egbado in the Agbara bank robbery has been abandoned at the hospital. The command states categorically that the story was false and baseless, as those who originated the falsehood were mischief makers and did so for reasons best known to them. The injured policeman, according to them, since the day of incident has been enjoying support in all ramifications, including financing from the police divisional headquarters Agbara, the Ogun State Police Command Ilewe and Abeokuta, the branch of the bank he was attached to before the incident, the corporate headquarters of the same bank in Lagos, and the government of Ogun State. Also, speakers of the 36 state houses of assembly have gathered in Ilorin, the Kwara state capital, to deliberate on how to strengthen the criminal justice system in Nigeria. The meeting also aims at promoting quick dispensation of justice through adherence of the fundamental human right of the people. Rashid has more.
The host speaker, Right Honorable Ali Ahmed, spelled out why the Criminal Justice Act must be adopted across the state houses of assembly, which he emphasized that it will protect the fundamental human rights of the citizenry.
It is hoped that at the end of this workshop, the conference will be able to amend those areas of flaws that have been observed with the federal acts and agree on a single model of administration of criminal justice bill that will be enacted by each state within an agreed time frame. This conference will still rely on the National Assembly to quickly suspend its rules and reenact enact a constitutional amendment passed by the 7th National Assembly. If this is done, the current controversy surrounding constitutionality of Section 306 of the Act regarding stay of proceedings will have been resolved.
Also speaking, the representative of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes, Benachi Frek, said the body will continue to support the administration of Criminal Justice Act in order to promote effective management of criminal justice, quick dispensation of justice, as well as protection of the rights of suspects.
I believe that what this act imbues as its purpose transcends all boundaries of states, as it aims to, I quote from the act, ensure that the system of administration of criminal justice in Nigeria promotes efficient management of criminal justice institutions, speedy dispensation of justice, protection of the society from crime, and protection of the rights and interests of the suspect, the defendant, and the victim. Unquote. This, I believe, should be the ultimate goal of all criminal justice administration initiatives, irrespective of where such systems are in place.
In his words, Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed welcomed the idea and promised to work in hand with Kwara State Legislature to enact and adopt the criminal justice law because it's the only way citizens can assess their freedom and protect their fundamental rights.
As lawmakers, your various contributions will definitely assist the United Nations Office to take decisions on drugs and related crimes, as well as aid judicial system reforms in Nigeria. I also want to reiterate that the present administration has zero tolerance for crime in the states. We have put in place programs on drug use control, such as strict laws, strong enforcement, and sustained advocacy. It is our collective responsibility to wrestle our society from activities that are criminal in nature and can tarnish the good image of this great country. I therefore admonish all our people to support this administration in its war against crime and criminality.
The law, when fully operational, will eradicate the delay in delivering judgments in crime-related cases. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ilorin.
We bring you more stories right after this break. Stay with us.
It's a new dawn in Nigeria, and the mantra is change. The wind of change is blowing all over Nigeria and beckons to you. One sure way to respond is to perform your civic duty, pay your tax. With taxes, government generates revenue to fulfill its electoral promises, ensure regular power supply, provide good security, standard education, medical care, true total change. Individuals and corporations enjoy specific benefits, rights and privileges for paying taxes and avoid the consequences and penalties of not paying. Oil revenue is no longer sufficient to bring desired change, but your tax can. It pays to pay your tax. A message from the Federal Inland Revenue Service.
The man on the streets have come to realize that the power to make decisions lies in the hands of the people.
I don't think there is.
5 local government out of the 31 local government is more than many states in the north.
The economy is booming. Where is the economy booming?
Bomb blast in Abuja. Don't you have security?
Why are we fighting? The country should not just sit in Abuja or in Asokoro or wherever it is. Those are probably Boko Haram. They know them. They cannot be there and be here at the same time.
Life of the citizens, community need to be protected.
It can't work out.
Bring the message of peace. Let there be proper devolution of power from the center. The center is too powerful.
It's time to do the best. But people are hasting. Why are you hasting? Why are you hasting? Why are you hasting?
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Welcome. If you're just joining us, it's CoreTV Primetime News. Here is a quick reminder of our top stories. Scores of people were fed dead following a bomb blast in Charity procession in Dakasoye village in Garin Malan local government area of Kano State. Commissioner of Police in Kano State, Mohammed Kusina, confirms the arrest of 2 suspects involved in the blast. National Orientation Agency has warned Nigerians against gathering at public shows organized by persons of questionable character or origin. For more venues and information, visit our social media platform, facebook.com/CoreTV News, our Twitter handle @CoreTV News NG. You could get more on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV, Space and News. The decision by the Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct fresh elections in some wards and units in Kogi governorship election is still occupying the political front burner in the entity. Despite legal and political interpretations of the declaration by INEC that the governorship election is inconclusive, Lagosians have also been joined in the debate of what should be done about the political development arising from the election.
Following the inconclusiveness of the Kogi gubernatorial elections as pronounced by the Independent National Electoral Commission and the sudden death of Abubakar Audu, the All Progressive Congress candidate, unprecedented legal drama has since been unfolding in the political space of Kogi State.
The total number of registered voters of the polling unit where elections were cancelled or not held is in excess of the margin of win between the two leading candidates. Consequently, this election is therefore inconclusive.
All that is required is for the APC to go through the processes of providing a substitute to our late Mond candidate.
INEC's declaration that it would allow the APC to use its discretion to fill the vacuum created by the death of its governorship candidate in Kogi State, thus confirming postulations given by various public affairs analysts. While this drama continues on the Kogi stage between the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Party, there is also the tussle of power between the different contenders in APC.
I think, Falike, now, they've not instituted them as the governor and the deputy governor, as the case may be. That would have been a different ball game altogether. If you have a governor, a sitting governor, and a deputy governor, and such a thing happens, a case of death, Falike can step in automatically without even having to bother the Constitution.
According to what the Constitution says, Wada should be sworn in. Because according to the Electoral Act, the sections they are quoting, and according to the Constitution again, so Wada is the only candidate that is having the highest number of votes cast after the death of Abubakar. So Wada should be sworn in.
However, the doctrine of necessity in the matter on ground that the issue in Kogi State is time-bound, since everything had been programmed by INEC to terminate at a specific time. The incumbent governor, Idris Wada, vacates office by January 27, but where should the pendulum swing?
INEC has its ground for saying the election is inconclusive. There is a section of the Electoral Act that INEC lean on. The number of votes that are counted, that is cancelled, is sufficient to make a decision.
I've heard people say terrible things like Nigeria is a jungle. When you have people like INEC make the kind of pronouncements they made in Kogi, it begins to lay credence to those kind of terrible talk. Because in the first place, the law is really clear. INEC had no business making those kind of pronouncements. How do son? I mean, I don't understand it. Is it a traditional chieftaincy title?
Whatever divide you belong, the staccato voices raised on the lingering governorship election in Kogi State may not evaporate or be eclipsed just now. Sarah Ayeku, CoreTV News, Lagos.
The Kwara State Operation Controller of Department of Petroleum Resources has sealed off 6 petrol stations for different malpractices. The recent growth in fuel scarcity has been escalated by the different marketers in Kwara State by ordering and selling above the regulated price. Rashid has more.
The Kwara State Operation Controller, Salvation Phillips, who led the enforcement team, told journalists that this particular filling station was sealed off because of threat to life of officials of the department by the management of the filling station when they were visited, and that they also sell at 120 naira per litre instead of the official price of 87 naira. Phillips, however, says affected station will be fined 2 million naira each with 2 months suspension.
As far as I'm concerned, that amounts to hoarding. They will intend to hoard it so they can sell at night. And DPR cannot abdicate its own responsibility and allow the little we have diverted for reasons best known to them. We cannot tolerate that. And that station will be sealed and will be suspended. In addition, for hoarding, they will pay 2 million later.
While reacting to the allegation of attempted threats to the life of an official, the deputy director of this filling station denied the allegation, saying the officials or DPR came to disrupt the selling of fuel, and buyers who are aggrieved actually showed their anger.
Are you saying that the sealing of this
is very, very unfair?
The DPR, however, advised filling stations to adhere strictly to the dictates of the law. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ilorin.
We live in a world where everyone tilts towards the internet for information, research, business, networking, and learning. Social media network connects people to one another. This is empowered by technology through Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, and many more. Our correspondent has details. Social networking has both negative and positive impact, especially with the younger generations. The negative impact it has on these young minds include watching pornography, scamming people, gambling at the detriment of their studies. Time spent on the internet is supposed to be utilized in visiting the library to study and write assignments. Unfortunately, young people just surf the internet to get answers to assignments using the easy way out. A public affairs analyst says young people should utilize the internet for educational programs, not for fraudulent activities.
The ugly side of the internet contains so much information to the point where they will end up becoming even injurious and confusing to you. Then the bad side of the internet is that the internet is also a custodian of corrupt acts and activities.
For his part, a legal practitioner says young people should be monitored by parents or guardians to ensure that they don't watch corrupt materials on the internet.
Because the negative side is premised on who is in charge. If the children are in charge of the phone and they are the one doing the negative side, why can't the parent control it? Why can't the parent monitor what their children are doing on the internet?
Some young people share their likes and dislikes about the internet.
I don't like the level and rate at which people post nude photos, especially the ladies. They just post very nude photos that are bad for consumption.
Scamming people on internet, like this Yahoo of a thing. Some people scam people on internet using maybe like this pictures, fake pictures, and information that are not genuine. It's even against the law of this our country, and it's against the law of internet.
What is bothering my mind is that about how people post private discussion on social media. And that's too bad of them, posting private discussion on social media.
Be that as it may, the positive impact of the social media cannot be overemphasized, as it has become a vital medium for many young people to acquire scholarship opportunities and do online courses, participate in educational competitions, and get to meet role models for mentorship.
Of information that will help them to develop themselves in the form of probably scholarship information. You also have information about career. You also have information about job opportunities. So from that angle, you can see the good side of the internet.
With the emergence of social media, information sharing has become a lot easier. You can reach millions of people with just one update and create an online image positively or negatively. The Nigerian music industry is reckoned with varieties from hip-hop, blues, gospel, Fuji, jazz, and many more. According to report, in the year 2014, the entertainment industry contributed 5% to the Nigerian gross domestic product (GDP), thereby increasing the economic growth. However, questions have been raised to the content of music sung in the oldies versus the modern-day music. Some Lagosians expressed their views.
Old school music, because if you listen to the kind of music we have now, people just dance to the beating, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have meaning.
Old school music. Why? Because it makes sense, and this new music and everything. Because they usually make sense, especially people from like Nice. You have Nice. I like his song very well, especially his old songs, because they make sense. They make sense, you know, and they are traditional songs that talks about Ibile, Ashawa. Yes, so that's why I like it most.
Old school music has more vibe and soul to it, and because it's classic, that's why I prefer it.
New music.
Why do you like it?
Because everything is green new now. You know, we are not living in the old world again, so everything is just being new.
Take a break now and we'll bring you stories from outside Nigeria and sport. Stay with us.
Is it crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, trading looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. Excuse me, don't put words into my mouth. Whatever it is that will bring our military to disrepute, I said to hell.
On Core Digest,
I want to know why I should be believing them.
Every weekday, we bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody has a right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, our 24-hour news station.
Welcome. And on the foreign scene, families of those killed in the attacks claimed by the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant RCO group joined some of the wounded at ceremonies on Friday at the Invalids, the Glide 17th century complex in central Paris that houses a military hospital and museum and Napoleon's tomb. An official at the Ellis Presidential Palace said the tribute was national and republican, referring to the French Republic's creed of liberty, equality and fraternity. Hollande, who broke away from a whirlwind diplomatic beat to build a broad military coalition to defeat ISIL, made a 20-minute address at the one-hour ceremony, which was also broadcast live on television. In the run-up of the commemoration, Hollande called on the French to hang out the tricolour. Some victims' families and survivors, however, snapped the event, saying that the authorities had not learned security lessons after the Charlie Hebdo attacks back in January. ISIL has claimed responsibility after gunmen killed one Shia Muslim and wounded 3 others at a mosque in Bangladesh. The US-based intelligence group site, which monitors the communications of armed groups, said ISIL had taken responsibility online for the mosque assault. This was the second assault targeting the religious minority in a month, but a Bangladeshi official has denied that Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant was operating in the South Asian nation of 160 million people. It would be recalled that 3 masked attackers entered the Imam Khomeini Mosque in Apor village and began shooting indiscriminately before escaping. 2 suspects were arrested in connection with the attack in Bagra district, 125 kilometers northeast of the capital, Dhaka. Two prominent Turkish journalists have been arrested on charges of spying and revealing state secrets after they published a story alleging that members of the state intelligence agency sent weapons into Syria. The Cumhuriyet newspaper editor-in-chief Kan Dunha and Ankara bureau chief Erdem Gül were placed in pre-trial detention after the court's decision to charge them on Thursday night. Addressing journalists before being taken into custody, Dundar said the ruling is nothing but a badge of honor to them. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has, however, denied the story, saying that the trucks were carrying humanitarian and logistics aid to ethnic Turkmen in Syria. The president vowed that the journalists would pay a heavy price. Moscow is to suspend its visa-free agreement with Turkey at the beginning of next year. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov made this announcement just as tensions mount over the downing of the Russian fighter jet by Turkey earlier this week. Moscow has also started sending back Turkish trucks loaded with export at the border and stopped Turkish tourists who normally do not need visas entering the country. Russia has ruled out any military response against NATO member Turkey, but it has pledged broad retaliatory measures targeting entire sectors of the Turkish economy, including tourism, agriculture and investment. And now to sport.
Our style, that's what he delivered. Usain Bolt storming through, he takes Puyol with a flying lead.
Go taking them out in the lead and really.
In the world of sport, Nigeria's under-23 team coach Samson Siasia is under intense pressure to produce results when Nigeria tackles Mali in the Group B opener of the Under-23 African Cup of Nations on Sunday at the Caroline Fire Stadium in Mambo, Senegal. Team's media officer Timi Ebikagboro says the coach is under stress following the kidnap of his mother, but pointed out that he is not allowing this to distract him as he is rallying round the boys for a good outing on Sunday against Mali. He added that the boys are determined to reach the crucial stage of the tournament where an Olympic ticket is guaranteed. The team was held to a 1-1 draw by the Gambia counterpart in the friendly before they left for Senegal. Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho is not convinced the side will have an advantage over Tottenham at White Hart Lane on Sunday as a result of their host Europa League trip to Azerbaijan. Mauricio Pochettino fielded a strong Spurs team for the Thursday night victory over Qarabağ despite facing a meeting with their London rivals on their return to Premier League action. Mourinho has limited sympathy when it comes to challenges of recovering from a away tie, however, and believes it is more difficult to follow up a domestic match with a Tuesday night Champions League clash. And just before we go tonight, here is a quick reminder of our top stories. We told you earlier that scores of people were fared dead following a bomb blast in charity procession in Dakasoye village in Garun Malam local government area of Kano State. Commissioner of Police in Kano State, Mohammed Kasina, confirms the arrest of 2 suspects involved in the blast. And finally, National Orientation Agency has warned Nigerians against gathering at public shows organized by persons of questionable character or origin. On behalf of the entire news crew, thank you so very much for joining us tonight. My name is Omotayo.